Hello students. Hello students. Now let us see question number 25. How are 0.5 mole Na2CO3 and 0.5 molar Na2CO3 different? Now here we will see that 0.5 mole means 0.5 mole Na2CO3 means 53 gram Na2CO3. As we know that the molar mass of Na2CO3 is 106 and 106 gram is the mass of 1 mole. So mass of half mole, that is 0.5 mole, is 53 gram Na2CO3 and 0.5 molar Na2CO3 means 0.5 mole, or we can say 53 gram Na2CO3 in 1 liter solution. In this way both are different from each other. So 0.5 mole Na2CO3 means 53 gram Na2CO3, while 0.5 molar Na2CO3 means that 0.5 mole, or we can say 53 gram Na2CO3 is present in 1 liter of solution. Now question 26 is, if 10 volumes of dihydrogen gas react with 5 volumes of dioxygen gas, then how many volumes of water vapor would be produced? So reaction of dihydrogen with dioxygen can be written as 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Now 2 volumes of dihydrogen react with 1 volume of oxygen to produce 2 volumes of water. Hence, 10 volume of dihydrogen will react with 5 volumes of dioxygen to form 10 volumes of water. So here you can see that 2 moles of hydrogen is there, 1 mole of oxygen is there, so it gives 2 moles of water. So that means 2 volume of hydrogen reacts with 1 volume of oxygen to form 2 volumes of water. So hence 10 volume of dihydrogen will react with 5 volumes of 5 volumes of oxygen to produce 10 volumes of water vapor. Now number 27 is convert the following into basic units. So number 1 is 28.7 picometer. Now here we will see that picometer is the unit of length. So that is equal to 28.7 picometer into 1. So that is equal to 28.7 picometer. Now the basic unit of length is meter. Now what is the relation between picometer and meter? The 10 raised to minus 12 picometer is equal to 1 meter. So that means 1 meter upon 10 raised to minus 12 picometer will be equal to 1. So this is the unit factor which we have to add, which we have to multiply. Now picometer is cancelled. So the answer will be 28.7. Now when you take 10 raised to minus 12 in the numerator, it will become 10 raised to plus 12 meter. So this is our answer. Now number 2 is 15.15 picometer. Now again picometer is the unit of length. So we can write it as 15.15 picometer into 1. Now again you have to use the same unit factor. So 15.15 picometer. Now instead of 1, again you will use the same unit factor, that is into 1 meter upon 10 raised to minus 12 picometer. Now in the numerator and denominator picometer will be cancelled. So our final answer will be 15.15, and when we take 10 raised to minus 12 in the numerator, it will become 10 raised to plus 12 meter. That is our answer. Now number 3 is 25365 milligram. Now milligram is the unit of mass. Now we will see that we are having 25365 milligram. So that is the unit of mass. So that can be written as 25365 milligram into 1 into 1. So that is equal to 25 0.365 milligram. Now the basic unit of mass is kilogram, so we have to convert milligram into kilogram. So first of all, let us convert milligram into gram. So relation between milligram and gram is that 10 raised to minus 3 milligram equal to 1 gram. So that our milligram can be cancelled. Now we have to cancel gram. So we have to take the relation between gram and kilogram. Now here 10 raised to 3 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. So finally we will see that when milligram will be cancelled, 10 raised to 3 milligram equal to 1 gram. Here we have to take 10 raised to 3. So milligram will be cancelled, gram will be cancelled. So finally we will get 25365. Now in the denominator we have 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to 3, so that is 10 raised to 6. So that will come in the numerator, so that will come 10 raised to minus 6. So our final answer is 25365 into 10 raised to minus 6 kilogram. Now question number 28 is, which of the following will have largest number of atoms? 1 gram gold, 1 gram sodium, 1 gram lithium and 1 gram Cl2. So you have to remember, okay, we have just to find out number of moles in all the four. And thereafter the one which will be having more number of moles will be having largest number of atoms. So number 1 is 1 gram gold. Now atomic mass of gold is 197. So number of moles of gold will be mass upon molar mass. So that is equal to mass is 1 gram, molar mass is 197. So this will be the number of moles. Now in case of number 2, 1 gram sodium. So number of moles will be equal to mass upon molar mass. So mass of sodium is 1 gram, which is given, and molar mass is 23. So this is the number of moles. In case of number 3, we are having 1 gram lithium. So number of moles equal to mass upon molar mass equal to 1 upon molar mass of lithium is 7. So 1 upon 7 mole. And number 4 is 1 gram of Cl2. So number of moles is equal to mass upon molar mass. Mass of Cl2 is 1. Molar mass is 35.5 into 2. So that is 71 mole. Now here we have to remember that in all the four mass is same, that is 1. Only the denominator is different. So the one which will be having less denominator will be having more number of moles. So here we will see that here 197 is there, 23 is there, 7 is there, and here denominator is 71. So that means in case of lithium, denominator is less. So number of moles will be more, because number of moles and molar mass are inversely proportional. So 7 is the least molar mass. So number of moles will be the maximum in case of lithium. And if number of moles in lithium is more, that means it will be having largest number of atoms. So therefore, lithium will have 1 gram lithium will have largest number of atoms. Now question number 29 is, calculate the molarity of a solution of ethanol in water in which the mole fraction of ethanol is 0.04. Assume the density of water to be 1. So here we will see that we have to find out molarity. Now mole fraction of ethanol is given. So mole fraction of ethanol is equal to 0.04. Now mole fraction of ethanol is nothing but it is number of moles of ethanol divided by number of moles of ethanol plus number of moles of water, that is equal to 0.04. Now we'll take reciprocal of both the sides. So we'll get number of moles of ethanol plus number of moles of water divided by number of moles of ethanol equal to, now here in the denominator 1 is there, so when you take reciprocal it will become 1 upon 0.04. Now number of moles of ethanol upon number of moles of ethanol is 1. So 1 plus number of moles of water is, so here we will see that number of moles of water is nothing but mass of water upon molar mass of water. Now here it is said the density of water is 1. Now if density of water is 1, that means here we will see that we will take 1 kg of water. So in that case mass of water will be 1000 gram and molar mass of water is 55.55. Sorry, molar mass is 18 gram per mole. So when you divide 1000 upon 18, so number of moles of water is 55.55 mole. So here we will take in the numerator number of moles of water as 55.55 divided by number of moles of ethanol is, we have to find out number of moles of ethanol. So that is equal to, now here 1 upon 0.04 is 100 upon 4. So 100 upon 4 is 25. Now if you take 1 on the right hand side, we will get 55.55 upon number of moles of ethanol equal to 25 minus 1. So that will become 24. So number of moles of ethanol, if you take as a subject, you will get number of moles of ethanol as 55.55 divided by 24. So we will get it as 2.314 moles. Now we have to find out molarity of the solution. Now molarity equal to number of moles of solute. So we'll take number of moles of ethanol divided by volume of solution in liters. Now here we will see that volume of water is 1000 gram. Okay, that is 1 liter. Now 1 liter can be taken as 1 volume of solvent, but it can be taken as volume of solution as the amount of ethanol is negligible as compared to amount of water. So we can take volume of solution as 1 liter, and in the numerator we have 2.314. So final answer of molarity is 2.314 capital M. So that is the molarity of the solution. So this is our answer. Now question number 30 is, what will be the mass of one carbon 12 atom in gram? So here we will see that here we will write number of carbon atoms on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we will write mass in terms of gram. If we are having 1 mole of carbon atoms, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 carbon atoms, then its mass is 12 gram. Okay, so for 1 mole of carbon atoms, mass is 12 gram. Therefore we have to find out the mass of one carbon atom. So what will be its mass? So when we will do cross multiplication, it will be 12 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So 12 upon 6 is nearly equal to 2. So that will be 1.92648. 1.992648. And 10 raised to 23, when go in the numerator, it will become 10 raised to minus 20. So this is the mass of one carbon atom. Now question 31 is, how many significant figures should be present in the answer of following calculations? So number 1 is 0.02856 into 298.15 into 0.112 divided by 0.5785. Now here we will see that out of these 4 numbers, the one which is having less number of significant figures is 0.112. So least precise number of calculation is 0.112. Now here number of significant figure is 3. Okay, 1, 1, 2. So 3 significant figure. So answer should also have 3 significant figures. Now number 2 is 5 into 5.364. Now 5 is having infinite number of significant figures because 5 can be written as 5.0000. So any number of zeros can be there in 5. So in case of 5, we can have any number of zeros. So it is having infinite number of significant figures, while 5.364 is having 4 significant figures. So that means answer should also have 4 significant figures. Now in case of multiplication, we have to see all the digits in case of significant figures, and from them we have to select that the number which has less number of significant figures will determine the number of significant figures in the answer. While in case of addition, like over here 0.0125 is there, plus 0.7864 is there, plus 0.0215 is there. So in case of addition, you don't have to see all the digits. In addition, just we have to see which is the least number of decimal places. So here we will see that after decimal point there are 4 digits. Here also after decimal point there are 4 digits. Here also after decimal point there are 4 digits. So we have to see that which is the minimum number of digits after decimal point. So here all the 3 are minimum, that is 4 digits. So answer should also be noted up to 4 digits after decimal point. So here also number of significant figure in the answer is also 4. Number 32 is use the data given in the following table to calculate molar mass of naturally occurring argon isotopes. So 3 isotopes of argon is there. From this we have to find out molar mass of argon. So we have to use the same equation which we are using in average atomic mass. So molar mass of argon will be the average of these 3. So over here what we have to do is that we have to multiply the molar mass of a particular isotope with the natural abundance. So we'll multiply 35.96755 with 0.377, and when you remove the percentage sign, then we have to write 100 in the denominator. Then in between you have to put plus sign. Then second isotope is having molar mass 37.96272. Then we have to multiply it with the natural abundance. So that is 0.063. And when we remove the percentage sign, again we have to put 100 in the denominator. Plus the third one is 39.9624 multiplied by 99.6 upon 100. So when you will solve this, so we will see that the multiplication and division of the first term will give you 0.121. For the second term it will be 0.024, and for the third term it will be 39.02. Now we have to add all the 3 average values. So finally we will get 39.947, and the unit of molar mass is gram per mole. So we know that molar mass of argon is 40. Okay, so our answer is nearly equal to 40. 39.947 gram per mole. Question 33 is calculate the number of atoms in each of the following. So in that, number 1 is 52 moles of argon. 52 moles of argon. Now from number of moles, if you have to find out number of atoms, the equation is the number of atoms equal to number of moles into Avogadro number. Now here number of moles is 52 into Avogadro number is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So when you will solve this, we will get number of atoms as 3.131 into 10 raised to 25 atoms. Now number 2 is 52 U unified mass of helium. Now unified mass is used for atoms. Okay, so number of atoms is equal to, now we will see that unified mass is 52 and the unified mass of single atom of helium is 4. So for single helium atom, unified mass is 4. So when you divide 52 by 4, you will get 13 atoms. And number 3 is 52 gram of helium. So what will be the number of atoms? Now we know that if 4 gram of helium is there, then there will be 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. So therefore 52 gram helium will have how many atoms? So that is equal to 52 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 divided by 4. So 13 fours are 52. So we'll get 13 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So that will be equal to 7.8286 into 10 raised to 24 atoms. So number of atoms of helium will be 7.8286 into 10 raised to 24 atoms. Now question 34, which is very important for examination point of view. A welding fuel gas contains carbon and hydrogen only. Burning a small sample of it in oxygen gives 3.38 gram carbon dioxide and 0.690 gram of water and no other products. So here we will see that 1 mole of carbon dioxide is equivalent to 1 mole of carbon. Now molar mass of CO2 is 44 gram. So 44 carbon dioxide is produced from 12 gram carbon. Therefore 3.38 gram of carbon dioxide will be produced from what amount of carbon? So it will be 3.38 into 12 upon 44. So 3.38 into 12 upon 44. So that will be 0.9217 gram carbon. Then 1 mole of H2O is equivalent to 2 moles of hydrogen. Now molar mass of H2O is 18 gram. So 18 gram water is obtained from 2 gram hydrogen. So therefore now here we are having 0.690 gram water. So what should be the mass of hydrogen? So when we will do cross multiplication, 0.690 into 2 upon 18, so that will come out as 0.0767 gram. Now we have to find out percentage of carbon and percentage of hydrogen. So percentage of carbon is equal to, in the numerator we have to take mass of carbon, so that is 0.9217 divided by total mass of carbon plus hydrogen. So that is 0.9217 plus 0.0767. So total mass is nearly equal to 0.9984, and then we have to multiply with 100% in order to find out percentage. That will be equal to 92.32%. And percentage of hydrogen equal to, now in the numerator, mass of hydrogen 0.0767 divided by total mass of carbon and hydrogen. So that is 0.9217 plus 0.0767. So that is 0.9984 into 100%. So that will come out as 7.68%. Now from here you have to find out the empirical formula of the compound as we were finding for the other compounds. Means you have to make a table. In a table, first column will be element. So first column will be element. So we are having two elements, carbon and hydrogen. In the second column we have to take mass. So whatever mass we have found, whatever percentage we have found, that can be converted into mass. So mass of carbon is 92.32 gram and mass of hydrogen is 7.68 gram. In the third column, we have to find out molar mass. We have to write molar mass. So molar mass of carbon is 12 and molar mass of hydrogen is 1. In the fourth column, we have to find out number of moles. For that, we have to divide mass upon molar mass. So 92.32 divided by 12. So that will give you 7.69. And 7.68 divided by 1. So that is 7.68. Now we have to find out simple ratio. In simple ratio, what we have to do, that out of the two number of moles, which is the smallest, so 7.68 is the smallest, that we have to divide by both the numbers. So 7.69 will be divided by 7.68 and 7.68 will also be divided by 7.68. So both will be equal to 1. So that means empirical formula of the compound is equal to C1H1. So that is CH. Now from empirical formula we can find out empirical formula mass. So that is equal to 12 plus 1. So equal to 13 gram. So we have solved number 1, that is empirical formula. Now second thing what we have to find is molar mass of the gas. Now molar mass of the gas can be obtained from the third sentence, that is a volume of 10 liter at STP of this welding gas is found to weigh 11.6 gram. So from this information we can obtain molar mass. So the information which is given is that 10 liter of a gas is having the weight 11.6 gram at STP. Now at STP the volume of the solution, if it is 22.4 liter, then that will be its molar mass. So in order to find out molar mass, so we can see the 10 liter gives 11.6 gram mass. So 22.4 liter at STP will give the mass equal to its molar mass. So what should be the mass? So 22.4 into 11.6 upon 10. So when you will solve this, you will get 26 gram. So that is nothing but the molar mass of the gas. Now from molar mass and empirical formula mass, we have to find out small n, that is common multiple. So that is equal to molar mass upon empirical formula mass. Now molar mass is 26 divided by empirical formula is 13. So n equal to 2. So from that we can find out molecular formula. So molecular formula is n into empirical formula. So that is equal to 2 into CH. So that is equal to C2H2. That means the gas is ethine gas. Okay, the gas is ethine gas. That is CH triple bond CH. So that's why its molecular formula is C2H2. Now question number 35 is calcium carbonate reacts with HCl to give calcium chloride and CO2. According to the reaction, CaCO3 plus 2HCl gives CaCl2 plus CO2 plus H2. So CaCO3 reacts with 2HCl to give CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. Now here we can see that 1 mole of calcium carbonate reacts with 2 mole of HCl. So that means 1 molar calcium carbonate will react with 2 molar HCl. Now 2 molar HCl means it is 1000 ml 2 molar HCl. If it is reacting with 1 mole of 1 molar calcium carbonate. Now 1 molar calcium carbonate is having the mass calcium 40 plus carbon 12 plus oxygen 16 3 are 48. So it will become 100 gram. So 1000 ml 2 molar HCl gives 100 gram, reacts with 100 gram of CaCO3. Now in our question it is given 25 ml 0.75 molar HCl. So it should react with what amount of CaCO3? So what we have to do, that whatever values are there at extreme ends, we have to take their cross multiplication. So 25 into 100 upon 1000. and those values which are at the center, that is 2 and 0.75, that you have to take as a reciprocal. So into 0.75 will be in the numerator and 2 will be in the denominator. So that will be equal to, now when you will solve this, so our final answer will be 0.9639 gram calcium carbonate. So this is the amount of calcium carbonate which will react with the given amount of HCl. So here our final answer is 0.9375 gram calcium carbonate. Now the last question of the exercise number 36. Chlorine is prepared in the laboratory by treating manganese dioxide MnO2 with aqueous HCl. According to the reaction, 4HCl plus MnO2 gives 2H2O plus MnCl2 plus Cl2. How many grams of HCl react with 5 grams of manganese dioxide? Now balanced equation is 4HCl plus MnO2 gives 2H2O plus MnCl2 plus Cl2. Now here the mass of MnO2 according to the balanced equation, its molar mass is, now for manganese it is 55 plus 2 times oxygen is 16. So that will be equal to 55 plus 32. So it will be 87 gram. Now for 4HCl it will be 4 times 1 plus 35.5 for chlorine. Now 35.5 plus 1 is 36.5. When you multiply 36.5 with 4, it will be 146 gram. So that means 87 gram MnO2 reacts with 146 gram HCl. Now in our question we are provided with 5 gram MnO2. So what should be the mass of HCl? Now when we will do cross multiplication, it will be 5 into 146 divided by 87. So when you will solve this, our final answer will be 8.4 gram HCl. So here our chapter gets over.